This is the perfect, crispy, juicy, roasted chicken, and it's how we're celebrating a huge milestone today. You voted for it, and now I'm showing you my secrets for 100% carnivore-friendly skin and flavor. Stick around for a special surprise at the end. I'm Carnivore Granny, and if you're new here, we focus on simple, meat-based living. Let's look at what we're working with today. I've got a whole chicken. They're usually about 4 to 5 pounds. This is a big baby. It's almost 7. So I might be cooking it a little bit longer. Salt, the star seasoning for carnivore cooking, and of course butter, because butter makes everything better. And optional is a little beef tallow, just for extra richness. And I also mix this with my butter that I'm melting on the stove, because butter does not tolerate high heat. And if you put a little bit of tallow in with it, it helps so it won't burn. And that's it. No herbs, no veggies, just pure, rich, meaty goodness. Drying the skin is key for crispness. Think of it like prepping a canvas before painting, except this canvas is delicious. First, we're going to generously salt the chicken inside and out. And don't be shy, this is where the flavor magic starts. I'm also going to use a Granny Smith apple inside the cavity, not for eating, but as a secret moisture bomb to keep the meat from drying out. I will get all these peeled. And we'll put the apple slices inside our chicken. Don't overpack it. I'm not going to truss the chicken, which is basically tying the legs together with some kitchen twine. A lot of people do that so it cooks evenly, but I prefer to let the chicken bake and rest in the pan, exposing more chicken so it gets nice and crispy. I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. We'll roast at 425 degrees for 20 minutes. Then I'll drop the temperature to 375 for the rest of the cook. Usually about 45 to 55 minutes, depending on your chicken size. But this one is so big, I may do it another hour or hour and 15 minutes. I'll put it in my well-seasoned cast iron skillet. Okay, and while that's cooking, 3 things I have learned since starting my channel. The first thing would be simplicity is king. I've learned my audience loves the back to basics approach, taking the complexity out of the kitchen and focusing on quality meat and salt. Learning that simplicity is king is exactly why I love steps like this basting that I'm going to do, and it's where the deep flavor comes from. The second thing I learned is your questions drive the content. Hitting 100 subscribers taught me that the best video ideas come from you. I've learned to listen more than I talk, which is why you are the ones who voted for today's chicken recipe. And number 3, community over perfection. When I started, I was so worried about perfect lighting and fancy editing, but I've learned that my viewers are here for the real carnivore Granny, the one who shares science-backed clarity and honest cooking experience, even if things get a little messy. Okay, we're halfway through, and I'm basting with melted butter and a touch of beef tallow. Woo-wee! She's looking good. This is where the flavor gets deep and rich. I'm going to baste this, and again, I'm cooking my chicken a little longer because it's so big, but I'm going to go ahead and check the temperature now. Even though I know it's not done, I just want to keep an eye on it. Okay, let's see where we're at. thickest part of the thigh. We're actually not as far off as I thought. Always check the internal temperature. No one wants an undercooked chicken at a celebration. Look at that. Golden, crispy, and smelling like pure comfort food. I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 45 minutes, and I'll see you then. Would you look at that? Golden, crispy, and smelling like pure comfort food. I'm going to baste it one last time, just because you can never have too much butter. Then I'm going to let it rest for a few minutes before we cut into it. Just be safe. Let me get another reading. Fattest part of the breast, we are good. Fattest part of the thigh, we're good. See you in 10 minutes. All right, the big reveal. That's success. Juicy, tender, and perfectly seasoned. This is exactly why I love carnivore cooking. Simple ingredients, maximum flavor. Okay, this is officially my favorite way to celebrate 100 subscribers. If you're a carnivore who tolerates spices, or you're on a keto diet, I do have another roasted chicken recipe where I use herbs and more seasoning in my carnivore cooking playlist. I will link that playlist and the other roasted chicken video right up here in the two corners in case you want to check it out. Before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Every comment, every like, every time you hit that subscribe button, it means the world to me. And here's the surprise. I'm giving away a carnivore spice blend from Carnivorous Chef's company called Carnivore Companion to one lucky subscriber. I'm not sponsored, but I absolutely love his creativity and his recipes. And he has developed a line of spices with no dodgy ingredients. All you have to do is comment below with your favorite meat dish by Friday, July 31st, 2026 at noon, and I'll announce the winner in the August 3rd video. Please see the rules in the description of this video. And if you've enjoyed this recipe, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a fellow meat lover. Here's to the next 100 and beyond. Keep it simple, keep it delicious, keep it carnivore, and I'll see you in the next one.